What's up again, guys? Welcome back to Gun Entertainment. I'm your host, Richard Gunter, with another video again. Three Jamaicans, three reggae boys, three completely different stories. Leon Bailey, inconsistency. Joel Latibeaudiere, masterclass against West Brom. And where is Shamar Nicholson? What happened to Shamar Nicholson? I haven't seen or heard anything about Shamar Nicholson. What is happening with him at Club Tijuana? These are the three players that I will be discussing in today's video. With no further ado, let's jump into the video. As always, I appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing me since I started this YouTube channel. Like, share, comment, as always. Very much appreciated. First on the list is Leon Bailey. What is going to happen to Leon Bailey for the playoff that we have in March? It's less than a month away because next week, March begins next week. So what is going to happen with Leon Bailey? Is the coach going to include him in his squad to take on New Caledonia and potentially Congo? What is going to happen? He has just returned from his loan spell at Roma, never worked out. Now he was reintegrated back into the Villa squad, and he came on against Brighton and looked really positive. He was taking on his defender. Even you can also say he had a part to play in the goal that they scored, because he was the one who took the corner, and I believe they won that game 1-0. And now he got a start in the game against Leeds. Now that game he played roughly around 60-61 minutes because he came off around that time, and wasn't the best display for me. He was very negative in the game. He was frequently passing the ball backwards, and to me he wasn't taking on his defenders as he normally does. Now people are starting to wondering if perhaps his career is coming to an end in the Premier League. Maybe he should go to a lower league. What is happening with Leon Bailey? For me personally, he didn't have the worst game to say. What was happening though is that whenever he gets the ball, he was often facing towards his goal. So he kept passing the ball backwards and sideways to his midfielders and to his wingback. However, there were cases in the game where he picks up the ball, have a one-on-one with the defender, and somehow the defender just win the ball. So he was really off today. Was very negative. He wasn't giving us the positive vibes he normally does. The flashy stepovers and the speed and agility that he normally brings to his game. That wasn't on display today, and I guess he was being heavily criticized, and rightfully so, because he didn't have the best game, to say the least. Now, his selection into the national team, and I'm wondering if that will become an issue for the coach at the moment, because whilst he's playing, he's not consistent. He's very inconsistent. This minute he shows you some brilliance, and the other minute he's just way off. So this is the sports called football. It's very cruel, and you have to deal with it as a player. You have to just deal with it as a player. I'm hoping that he doesn't drop his head. I hope he remains confident. And is he becoming an impact sub rather than a starter? That's the question that I'm starting to think. Maybe that's where he's heading towards, being an impact sub and not necessarily a regular starter. Because in the games where he has come on as a substitute, he tends to show a bit more brilliance, a bit more forward thinking on the ball than when he's a starter. When he starts, it doesn't seem to give that energy, that fight to want to make things happen. So I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment. What do you guys think? Should Leon Bailey become an impact sub, or should he be given more chances to start? I guess that can happen to any player in the game. You thought you would have made something happen in the moment and it didn't work, so the head kind of drop a bit and you start to get into your head too much. And I guess that was what happened to him, because I've seen that happen to several players. They lose the ball and the head drops and they start to walk. But I guess if you didn't watch the game, then you would have think he was doing that all game long. He was always walking and stuff, but that wasn't the case. He was just in that instant. In that instant, I saw that he was really walking. However, he did get back jogging, get back to jogging back to help out his teammates. But as I said, it wasn't a positive show for him against Leeds. And the criticism that he faced is fair, because he wasn't giving much, he wasn't doing much on the field, and he got opportunities to. Just one shot, he was just able to kick one shot in the entire game. No, I didn't think he probably had 2 crosses. He had 1 key pass, and that was very much it. As I said, he kept passing backwards and sideways. He wasn't standing up his defender, trying to take them on, trying to beat them. Not even once in the game did he pick up the ball in a one-on-one position and the defender was looking in his shirt number. So that should tell you the whole story. He hadn't passed his defender the entire game. And I guess that's one of those days in football, but he have to do better. He have to do better. He's 28 now. So he should be at the peak of his powers right now at 28. And he's just inconsistent. So that's not good enough for Leon Bailey. And I'm sure Rudolph Speed wants to see more from him. He wants to see more from Leon Bailey, because he is one of our main attackers when he's fit. So he should show us more. Anyways, moving on to someone that is very much on the rise at the moment, and that's Joel Latibeaudiere. Playing for Coventry City. Haven't been getting much chance under Frank Lampard, but I don't know what's happening recently, but he's been getting some game time right now, and to be honest, he has looked the standard. He has looked brilliant for Coventry. Clean sheet and a 2-0 victory over West Brom on the weekend, and that's a good start for the young reggae boy. In the match against Coventry City, he looked very calm, very solid at the back. He was oftentimes, if you were looking at him, he was oftentimes I could see that he was trying to organize his team. He was trying to make sure that the back line is very alert, very organized, ready to attack the second balls or whichever long balls that was coming towards them. And he was showing a bit of quality when he was on the ball as well. He was very good in his passing. His positive passing accuracy, almost 100% in his passing accuracy. And overall he had a good game. His positioning was excellent as well. Had a few clearances. He's been doing well since he's been getting getting a couple looking from Lampard. One thing though, I think he looks a little bit more comfortable when he's playing the right side of the centre back. The last game he played the left side, still solid, still look assured, but I think, in my opinion, I think he looked a little bit more comfortable playing on the right side. Maybe it's because he's right-footed. Who knows? But to me, that's what I think. He looks comfortable on the right side. He's one of them that I think he's pushing up his head right now to saying, all right, Mr. Speed, there I know, so give me a look in, give me a look in. Yeah, he's one of them that is pretty much holding up his hand to say, I'm here, you can depend on me. I can be someone that's very much dependable in game situation. That's a positive, that's a plus for the Reggae Boyz, because Ethan Pinnock hasn't been getting any game, only in the FA Cup, only in cup games basically. Ethan Pinnock has been featured for Brentford. So with Joel Latibeaudiere getting some more game time under his belt, it's a positive for the Reggae Boyz. So Joel Latibeaudiere on the rise. Will he get a start beside Richard King? Who knows? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Finally, Shamar Nicholson. What is happening there? What is happening with Club Tijuana and Shamar Nicholson? So far, he hasn't been featured since the Liga MX. Since the Liga MX began, he haven't been started. He haven't been featured for Club Tijuana. I have no idea what is happening in that case. We might, it's not even a might. I think we will miss out on Shamar Nicholson. Shamar Nicholson, I can safely say right now that he's not in the plans he's not in Rudolph Speed plans, because he's not playing at his club at the moment. So what do? He's very much a striker that is capable against CONCACAF opponents. He has the most goals. He's currently the leading goal scorer for the Reggae Boyz at the moment. Within those strikers at the moment, he is the leading goal scorer so far, but he's not playing. And Rudolph Speed stated that one of his criteria is that he needs his players to be playing. And he said his ideal player is someone that, if the available games that was supposed to be played is 14, he wants his ideal player to play 7 or more. So at the moment, as I said, it's less than a month away until the playoff. So Shamar Nicholson will definitely miss this one. Will he be a big miss for Jamaica? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should he still be a part of the squad, even though it's safe to say that he's gonna miss this one? And it's unfortunate because he's a striker that I liked. Very good on the hold-up play. He can finish as well. Tend to miss some big chances, but nonetheless, a competent striker that anyone would want in his team. But he's gonna miss this one. Too bad. So now we're going to have to replace Shamar Nicholson. Will Warner Brown step up to the plate and take over for Shamar Nicholson in the playoffs? We'll see, but he's another striker on the rising. He doesn't have much long in Jamaica, I'm sure of it. I haven't heard any moves around his name, but I don't think he'll stay in Jamaica for long because he's a quality striker. Or will Bailey Tai Kadama-Terry step up to the plate as well? A lot of options. And also, before I go, I want to say congratulations for the Reggae Boyz. They defeated Martinique 2-0. And that is a plus as well. That was all local players involved in that squad, and they got the job done. I didn't know where to watch the match. I was searching all over the internet, couldn't find anywhere to watch that game, but I saw the result, and that's a positive. That's always a positive. 2-0, clean sheet. That's the way to go, man. That's for me. So I'm out.